Good evening once again, and welcome to Caribbean Feedback. I'd like to welcome our special guest this evening, Mr. Earl Henry. So I noticed you carry the same last name as me.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a family connection?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You happen to be one of my first cousins. First, not second, not third. First.
First, okay. Welcome aboard.
Thank
First
you.
of all, what I'd like for each and every one of us to do is to go around the room and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what it is you do. Starting off with the young lady, Miss Forrester.
Hi, everybody. I'm Karin Forrester. I'm representing BantuKreations, where we make absolutely beautifully African-inspired, lightweight, handcrafted, one-of-a-kind earrings. I'm hoping to really have some fun with you guys tonight.
Mr.
Wonderful.
Archer.
Well, I am Sam Archer, the one and only. There are other Sam Archers, but they're imitations. You're looking at the real situation right here. I'm from Muzilog.com. It's an online publication for music and entertainment. And I'm also the proud author of the book, Hybrid Executive, great for up-and-coming indie artists. Get your copy if you want to get your brain right, get your music together, get your music business knowledge together, and all that good stuff. And I'm really happy to be here. This is our 7th episode, and we're about to do some interesting things. Back to you, Sire.
Mr. Henry, tell us who
Yes,
you are and what you do,
yes,
please.
sir. I'm Earl Henry. I'm an educator. I currently live in Huntsville, Alabama. I am the chair of the Allied Health Department at Oakwood University. I'm also the interim director for the Masters in Public Health program. Public health is my background, and I'm delighted to be here this evening, especially to see all three of you and my two wonderful cousins.
That's right. That's right.
One on my mother's side and the other on my father's side. So
That's right. That's right.
It's rather interesting that a lot of folks refer to me as Dr. Henry. That is my sobriquet. It's also my pseudonym. But I have to be very careful in circles like these, so I drop that moniker and just use my name, Curtis Henry. Within the Calypso circles, I'm Dr. Henry, but today we have a real doctor on the panel, Dr. Earl Henry. As you all may notice, missing this evening once again is our esteemed colleague, Mr. Delroy Soundon from AMP Social.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm qualified enough to speak on AMP Social as far as what it's about, but it's another social media platform similar to Facebook, where we can get together, not so many rules and restrictions, and there is no AMP Social jail like Facebook, where you can go in. So what I urge you all to do, even in his absence, is to go and look at AMP Social and see what the platform is about. And maybe it is something that you would be interested in joining. My name is Curtis Henry. I'm a communicator. I'm a speaker. I like to consider myself a filmmaker. I am here today on behalf of one of my companies, which is Caribbean Chatt. It's an online platform where we showcase Caribbean people of excellence. We give them a platform to tell their story, where we make certain that they are acknowledged and credited for their performance, for their contribution to our art form, to finance, to the arts, media arts, whatever it may be. Once you're a Caribbean person, Caribbean national of any prominence, Caribbean Chatt is a platform for you. Once again, I'd like to welcome you all to Caribbean Feedback. I'll be a moderator this evening. Today, we get together to discuss an item that is imperative to our daily survival.
That's right. That's right.
It comes in second in terms of importance only to oxygen. It nourishes us, and in some cases, it's killing us if we consume the wrong combinations. It is ever present at every function, at birthday parties, at weddings. It unifies us several times a year at cookouts, and especially at Thanksgiving.
Mercy.
Our esteemed panel is here to discuss the importance, the love, the long-term impact on our health, the origins, the benefits, the craving for this necessity that we call food.
Nah, I thought you was talking about girl. Is food you talking about, brethren?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was expecting a nice, sexy thing to just pass across the screen, man. It kills us. It this and all the kind of thing I saw a woman was talking about.
Oh, yes, food, sir. We romanticize it. Unfortunately, many of us are digging our graves with the forks that we put to our mouths. Joining us right now is Mr. Mark Chase,
What up,
our
man?
fellow Trinidadians. He's our fellow neighbor from right there in South America. They sometimes swim across.
Yeah.
Mr. Mark Chase, introduce yourself, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Chase. Just enjoying the evening as usual with all these wonderful people in front of me. I see what he got there. I got coffee, man. I'm a nice man. I'm a nice man.
That's right. That's right.
So, Mr. Archer, tell us what you're the one that brought this particular subject matter to us and told us the importance for us to sit and discuss foods. Tell us what it is that brought about the idea for such a discussion this evening.
Yes, we were, one day I was actually thinking, we were testing the platform, and we started talking about all types of stuff, and I wished I recorded that stuff. And one of the things we dealt with was, I see Karin laughing over there. That's right. I was like, we should tape this behind the scenes because the flow, the energy, everything about the conversation was crazy. So I gave this experience while I was going to New York City Technical College in Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to my New York Tech alumni in Brooklyn, New York. A collage, well, not a collage, but a diverse bit of us would be in the library, and we had people from Grenada, from Jamaica, St. Vincent, I was from Tobago, people from Trinidad, from Guyana, and we would all be at this table. I was studying, I was doing medical lab at the time, but we had people doing technology and dental, and nursing, and just a cross section of people, but we had some of the same classes. So we would be at this big table in the library on the 4th floor in the atrium on the regular, and we'd be cracking up about all types of stuff. And this particular day, we started talking about Caribbean foods, or foods that we grew up knowing, and we realized that we were calling the same thing by different names. And then it became an interesting thing because now it was, well, how do you prepare this? Because you're not talking about what I'm talking about. And then, well, we do it this way, and we this, and we put that in it, and da. Oh, well, yeah, that sounds like how we just make it here too. And then, we were arguing between the Jamaicans, because in Trinidad and Tobago we say fry bake, and then Jamaicans say fry dumpling, and then we had that's not fry bake or fry dumpling, it's Johnny cake, So now it became a whole next thing on the table. So I think that this topic would be a very fiery topic tonight, because you're going to have people that eat all kind of things. We're going to see all types of foods flashing across the screen, and we're going to really jump in and give our experiences and keep it really, really live tonight.
Well, it's friendly fire. Friendly fire.
I should have some applause.
Friendly fire, I hope.
Friendly fire. Friendly fire.
So you were talking about an experience with this oil dung and rundown.
Yes.
What is the please, let's settle this tonight once and for all.
Yes, sir.
This is a dish I remember growing up in Trinidad when we go to the pan yards. This was as a kid. And they say we're doing a cook tonight. And they would get one of those big 5-gallon Quicks biscuit can, make a fire, and put that can up there. And different people from the pan yard would go home and bring some food. Somebody would bring a breadfruit, somebody bring some salt butter, somebody bring a piece of saive, somebody bring an onion, somebody dig a piece of dashi.
We bring it all
inside of there.
A piece of saive. You something else, it's a piece of saive, you say?
Yeah, or scallion. I'm sorry.
A bunch of sive, brethren.
A bunch of sive, right? And we call that oil dung. You make a cook up and it's oil dung.
Okay.
Is that the name you know it by?
Who you addressing that to,
You,
Karin?
Sam, is that what you know it as?
What?
Me?
No, I know it as, we call it cook up or run down, one of the two.
Run down.
Run down
Right,
or cook
so
up.
some
Like,
say
if
oil
you have
down
rice,
and some say
call it cook up rice.
Run down with mackerel or run down with codfish.
Right.
Nobody running down the food. I don't understand the run down part.
Nice coconut milk, a little curry, a little, black pepper, salt, scallion, onion, thyme. Come on, man, let's bring it. Yeah.
You just run down anything you can find.
Some people like to use either up or down in the title of the food. It cook up.
Well, it actually runs down and runs through, so
you
run
oil
down.
up. I don't know if it have anything called oil up. Or your food could be very oily,
No.
But,
everything goes down.
Let me give you the science of the oil used in the term of the food. When they say oil dung, it means that they're not putting any oil in the pot. The oil that comes in the pot comes from the coconut milk when it cook. So that's really the science of using the term oil dung. All right. So now let me find out from the Jamaican sister over there where it turned from oil dung to run down.
I don't know where it turned. I know what the correct procedure. Let's just get it correct. It is the coconut milk, as you said.
Straight, please. Set us straight.
The coconut milk gives you the oily portion. We have a little curry for coloring because we don't like the white coloring of the coconut by itself. It's too pale. We're people of color and we like colorful food. So a little a little curry, maybe a little turmeric, your black pepper, your scallion, your onion, your scotch bonnet for sure. You cook down that curry till it curdles, has that curdle approach, and then you throw in your fish and give it another 15-20 minutes. Nobody can tell you nothing after that.
So the oil down and the run down, pretty much similar, I would think, but except for in Jamaica, you add the curry. Am I right?
Yeah, a little curry, just a little bit for coloring.
And so you call it run down.
Run down.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry, come for curry. Here's the calypso back home. So that's the difference. That's the difference. And my brother is from Guyana or Venezuela? My brother and the son. Guyana, okay. Yeah. GT man.
GT massive in the house tonight.
Interestingly enough, interestingly enough, Guyana and Trinidad is similar in their cooking. Yeah.
Okay. So,
especially the Indian dishes.
What I wanted to find out though is we are known for making sorrel juice in the Caribbean, or we make sorrel.
Right.
Why do Jamaicans need to put ginger?
Oi, sir.
Yes,
hold on, man. Hold on.
Starting it up tonight.
No, father, watch out, no star. Watch out. When I drag me down a yard, don't me have to represent you. So, listen to me. It is not sorrow if it now burn your throat when it go down. You understand? You need the sorrow. You have your little grated lemon zest, but you need about 2 pounds of ginger in the sorrel. If it sit for about 2-3 days, understand me? After it boil together, then you strain it and you squeeze out every bit so you can get all your color. You understand? No, me drop a little tip of pimento, a little nutmeg, and maybe the zest from 2 limes, and let that just ease the overnight. Oh gosh, can't tell me that. Some brown sugar to sweeten that up. Can't tell me anything after that.
Why you call it sorrel if you put so many additives inside of there? That's a sorrel ginger pimento.
Listen to me. And then in 2 days, if we make 4 liters, in 2 days it's gone. So please tell me where the complaint is.
Well, that's the kids. That's the kids, not me. Don't blame me for that.
I am complaining because I drink ginger beer. I drink sorrel.
Right.
I
make both.
me, I grew up working with ginger beer in the sorrel. You're drinking sorrel is sorrel. You're drinking ginger beer, ginger beer.
Hey, man, it's like a mix-up business. Mix-up. You must mix it up, man. Get some flavor.
That is the Jamaican way, and it does.
You must mix it up and get some flavor. What's wrong with you?
Are you saying
I'm not pleased.
Are you saying something is wrong with Trinidad sorrel? We don't put
no, I can't afford that Trinidadian war right now. You know? Because I tell you, I appreciate my flavor better. That is my statement. And to God. Right.
It is quite interesting that the islands of the Caribbean are so close together geographically. As far as Jamaica is from Trinidad, we are the most southern of all the islands, of course. Guyana is not an island, but culturally, Guyana is Caribbean, culturally. You know, and the food in Guyana, I think in Guyana, they do make the sorrel like we do in Trinidad without the ginger. But the Jamaicans put ginger in it, and it does taste good. It's just that we're not accustomed to it, because I remember when I came to this country, the first time I went to the cafeteria, they gave me, what's this thing African Americans like for breakfast? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember the name now. Grits. And man, that thing was the worst tasting thing I ever, because I was not accustomed to it. And to this day, I have never eaten grits since 1981 when I was in college, you see. So it has to do with taste. Look at peas and rice. We say what? What do we say in Trinidad? Peas and rice?
Rice and peas.
Rice and peas. The Jamaicans say
rice and peas.
Rice and peas, and we say peas and rice.
It depends on which one is more.
Yeah, okay.
More rice and
sometimes
peas.
you could have more peas than rice.
Right.
No. Yeah, more rice than peas. Stop it.
Yeah, generally more rice and peas. And then the Jamaicans would use the kidney beans in their rice and peas, while we in Trinidad, and I want to think Guyana too, my friend we use the pigeon peas, which you call gumbo peas.
We use everything. Everything. We use gungo, red, pinto, all of that.
Yeah, but in Trinidad and Tobago, we stew the red beans. We stew it.
That's why
we eat it separately. We don't
peas on top of rice.
Yeah.
No.
Separately. How you gonna tell me no? I telling you what we do. Tell me no.
The peas must be in the rice to give the rice the color and the flavor, not on top of it.
Sam, you had a picture or two, a couple slides to show us. Flash something.
I have one that we're going to put on the screen right now.
Oh,
no. We don't know nothing about that.
Bula.
Yeah, but that is something we won't say in Trinidad. That has a different meaning. That has a whole different meaning in Trinidad.
You can't go nowhere in Trinidad and tell nobody I want a bola.
What is the meaning in Trinidad?
Hey.
But somebody break it down.
You're going to educate fully. What is the meaning in Trinidad? Why it is so offensive?
Well,
what you call Batiman? What do you call Batiman in Jamaica? We call bola in Trinidad.
Homosexual male.
So, yeah.
Now I understand. So we'd have to change the name.
A homosexual male is referred to by that name, but not spelled with an A, but an ER. So, so go anywhere in Trinidad and tell somebody I'm feeling for this right now. The whole bar is going to clear out and leave you alone sitting right with that kind of language. No, we don't. We have something look similar to that, but we call it biscuit cake. Way back in the day, I don't know if they still sell it, but we refer to that as a biscuit cake. But there's I know there's a Jamaican company named Bulla King. No, you can't forget this thing.
God.
Trinidad.
But I think the Bulla Cake is uniquely Jamaican. It's a uniquely Jamaican kind of cake you make. I don't think we make that kind of cake in Trinidad or Tobago.
No, we don't.
Guyana. But it's a Jamaican,
like a spicy bun of sorts, but it's more like bread like
Tastes good. Tastes good too.
You tried the Bulla thing?
Well, I lived in Brooklyn. I mean, come on, Sam, you lived in Brooklyn. You know, you've never had Bulla cake.
I have never tried anything called Bulla.
Yeah. Well, I used to sample the Jamaican restaurants, enjoy the food. I enjoy the food, the escovitch fish, the jerk chicken, and of course they have their Bulla cake. There is a cake, so I didn't let the name distract me.
Come with something else, sir.
As time is going, I just want to shout out the people in the chat. We have Helen and Louis in the chat. Welcome welcome and thanks for tuning in.
Who's Helen? Helen? My Helen? I have a Helen. Who's it? Where's Helen calling from?
No, she's not calling. They're in the chat.
Oh, in the chat.
They're chatting on either YouTube or the Facebook chat area there.
Okay.
So all right. So we're gonna put another picture up, and we're gonna go from there.
Buster Manti backbone.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. So our friend from Jamaica can break it down and tell us what is a Buster.
It's a candy honor of Honorable Bustamante, but it's
the Prime Minister.
You know what I found for Trinidadians, and I'm not picking on any one group, but since they're well represented here, they can defend themselves. This is a very hard candy. It is so hard you could break a tooth.
Oh.
And I have never really liked it, but I've known it since childhood. Molasses, ginger, sugar, of course, it's very sweet, but it's very, very tough. I mean, like hockey puck tough.
Yeah.
I can't.
So why did they name it after the Prime Minister?
It was actually an honorable thing. As to the exact reason, I don't know why, but it was an honor. It was paying tribute to him. It was not anything negative at all. I don't know.
But if they paid tribute to a man with something hard and tough that could break your teeth.
Exactly. It was hard and tough. It was sort of reflective of his qualities. That much I read about.
That's the same man, Alexander Bustamante, who told you to find the rest of them and bring them in dead or alive. Yeah, that's the same.
That's a political show.
I don't know why.
Talking about food. I'm not going there with you.
Oh yeah.
I've done a lot of traveling around the Caribbean and Asia and stuff. And Jamaica is one place I've never been to, but I really would love to visit Jamaica. But when I heard Jimmy Cliff sing the song, "Many Rivers to Cross," I said, no.
I said, no. Mr. Henry in a minute, because we're
too many rivers to cross, boy.
You're not allowed to sing other people's songs. I've been scolded many times that this is not that.
Well,
I was about to join you.
I would assume in every country that you visit, there's an equivalent to what we call street food.
Oh yeah.
Tell us something in your travels throughout Asia and Europe. Have you that would be considered taboo on this side of the world?
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, I've been to South Korea, Japan, China, Indonesia, Philippines, of course, and they all have their street foods, right? But there's a street food in the Philippines called balut, B-A-L-U-T, balut.
No.
And you've heard of that?
Nope.
It's the egg. They wait until
the embryo of the
duck. That's right. The embryo of the egg.
There are a lot of
and they would crack that and they would drink that. The chicken, actually the little chicken in the egg.
Embryo. Mm-hmm.
And they drink that down with lime water. They put lime juice or lemon juice, and they drink that thing at night. You see men line up, or women line up for that stuff. Yes, that's right. They say it's an aphrodisiac. And then when you go to Indonesia, you would see people line up on their fruits. Like you make a fruit salad in Trinidad or in Jamaica, you have a fruit salad, you put the fruits together. They would do that, but they would put hot sauce or chili peppers in the fruit. And that is a big, big deal. You see people line up in Jakarta, Indonesia for that. And they eat hot in Indonesia and Thailand, hot.
But
like we do in Trinidad and of course Jamaica, the hot jerk chicken, they eat hot.
Earl, tell us, I need to know what you sampled.
I didn't sample the balut. I couldn't. I really did not sample the street foods in Asia. I really did never sample the street food in Asia.
I'm
not that brave.
No cockroaches, no crickets.
No crickets. I saw snake. They have snake, monkey.
Too, correct?
Dog, of course, dog.
And bats, right?
Yes, frogs, of course. Not the frog like the one in Dominica, but a different kind of frog. And bats, they eat bats. They eat everything, man.
They eat everything, yeah.
I went to a place in Indonesia where the people, as public health students in my doctoral program, where the people ate everything. Everything that moved, they ate. And none of the people lived beyond 50 years.
Wow. Hey, Mark.
They all die.
Mark,
they all die early, but eat everything.
Mark,
everything that moves.
On this. Because I have been saying to Curtis, you know, Mark eats many things. Would you like to comment on that, Mark?
Well, in Guyana, we have bushmeat. Bushmeat, and that could be monkey. Most often it is what do you call them things here? Iguana. Yes. And Karin used to laugh at me because I see one on my roof and him gone to my grill.
Because he used to get excited every time the cold came through because they fell out of the trees. He was all excited. I'm like, what?
I have a story about iguana. I have a iguana story for you all, man. I'm in Tobago and I'm in a taxi. And we coming from Mount Irving side, going up on Grange Road in the back there. Going to come around by Montgomery there. You know,
by the cemetery.
From
yeah.
No. Like if you come from Buku Junction, and they come, that's Montgomery. That's Montgomery Road. You coming up there?
Yeah.
And we see. No, we not car, you know. I in the middle in the back. You have a driver in the front, a passenger in the front, two guys next to me. So all are we in this car driving. And I he run across the road, and the thing was out like that, and he running, man. The taxi man put the car in park because it's stick shift he driving there. Blam! The two men here, I even know when they jump out the car.
That's right.
Two men next to me jump out the car. The passenger man jump out the car. The taxi man jump out. All of them jump out the car and they're going through the bush. If you see they're running behind this thing, boy, they catch it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's food. But in Trinidad, we have...
I think what the fellas going. They might leave in the car and go and running. Now they go there.
You have to be careful in Guyana because sometimes you go to a market, right? Yeah. And it says fresh crab. Yeah. That's spider. Spider.
Wow.
Burn the hair off it. Pull it to take the meat out of it. It's spider.
Wow.
You have to kind of be easy or know what you're looking for. You know, and you get bush meat, it's usually monkey or capybara.
Capybara too, right?
Yeah. That is interesting.
So is the spider fleshy? I mean, it's an insect, right? So
exactly,
no, not an insect.
Exactly like crab.
It is like okay.
It is exactly like crab. You wouldn't know the difference.
Oh, really?
That's a big spider, boy. Yeah. Somebody tell me that mosquito in Guyana big. They tell you good morning and thing. You know.
Big as your hand. Big as your hand.
So that mosquito, big spider. But you know, Trinidad, we have monkeys in Trinidad. I don't know, Tobago, Sammy. I don't know if we have monkeys in Tobago. I think we do. But I know Trinidad. But the people who eat bushmeat in Trinidad don't eat monkey. They eat iguana though and manikou, which is like a big rat, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have any of that, sir?
Well, here what's going on. I have a quick slide show. Let me just show this slide show. It's like a little bit under a minute. You're going to see some things flash across the screen, and then I'm going to stop it, and then we're going to talk. All right. So check out this slideshow.
All right.
Pay me. Oh, sorry.
Pay me. Pilau.
That's pilau.
Cane juice, boy.
Yeah, cane juice.
What's this?
Bacon shop.
Bacon shop.
Sweet bread.
Mm-hmm.
Guti.
Hey, hold on. Hey, I started with tea with tomato choker.
Polori, yeah.
Problems.
Where's that, Karin?
I don't know what the heck is that.
That's PME.
That's breadfruit. It's breadfruit.
Breadfruit.
Okay. Oh, now I see it. I see it now.
Cornmeal porridge.
Well, them have it sit down on the top of this thing, so. All right, go on.
Okay.
Chana.
Like curry chicken.
That look like pepper pot.
That's
Pepper
pepper pot.
All right, guys.
Okay, let me start with the goatee. Since we were talking about bushmeat. When you see that rat was on the screen there, that looked totally out of place.
But later on, I'd like Karin to educate me. I don't hear Jamaicans talk about bushmeat.
No.
Yeah.
The worst I've seen in Jamaica basically is the daggone conch. I keep telling people that I grew up seeing these beautiful shells decorating the yard and inside the house in certain areas, but I never knew what came out of it until I went to Bahamas in the 80s after living here for a couple of months. And saw the fishermen come in a very small boat and take out these shells. And it's the first time I saw him pull out this huge snail. I was like, what on the see me dying trial? My grandmother was saying, oh, what is father? I had no idea. My family didn't eat it. They just had the shells. I didn't know what came out.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. It was an education.
So iguana, you have iguanas in Jamaica? Iguanas.
We have all types of reptiles, but I don't remember iguanas. Not on my side of the island, which is towards the east. So
and the people don't eat bushmeat. And the people don't eat bushmeat. Jamaicans don't eat bushmeat.
We don't do bushmeat.
Interesting.
We have some Jamaicans in the chat. They may let us know if they eat bushmeat in Jamaica.
We have Jamaicans.
No. We have to make it clear that most Trinidad and Bagonians don't eat bushmeat. It's just a small, very small, part of the population that eat bush. Very, very small.
We call it wild meat.
Maybe less than 1%. Huh?
Wild meat, we call it.
Wild meat, yeah.
And that would include iguana, the agouti, lap.
Yeah.
Something we call tattoo. That's actually an armadillo.
Yeah.
And guti, and what's the next one? Manikou. Yes, that's another one. That's nothing but another rat.
Like a big rat.
Yeah, Cayman.
Not Cayman. By that.
No, we don't have Cayman. Oh, we do.
It's like
alligator. Yes, we do.
No, we don't eat them.
We don't eat it, but we have it.
We have gators, but we don't eat it either.
Yeah.
Gators are not something that we would think of eating.
Yeah.
No, they are protected. Those species are protected in Trinidad.
But even if they weren't,
we don't protect them, we eat them.
So,
somebody had a question. Ask the question. Someone said they had a question, and Helen said, "We not eat no monkey." All right. And someone say wild meat. Let me see here. Some of these things I could put on the screen a little bit. Now somebody asks if it is tulum.
Tulum is similar to the Buster thing, but our own is soft.
It's
tough. Oh gosh.
No, well, it's similar. The same molasses and coconut we use, but it's actually a soft thing. It's not hard.
Oh gosh, we'll use it for a hockey puck.
Okay, so someone is asking, do any of you have or run restaurants? If so, what is the most requested meal from visitors?
Oh no.
Anybody run a restaurant?
No.
I'm a trained chef, but I'm not working in the industry right now, so no.
And personally, I will not eat from any restaurant that serves wild meat. I can't do it.
Somebody say there's also wild hog.
Yeah. Wild hog in Trinidad, yes. I think those are the ones with the tusk, with the teeth. Yeah.
A wild boar? Is that the same?
Yes, a distant cousin to the pig. Who eats cow cud? No.
I haven't.
That might be Mark. Mark must eat in cow.
It's a deep part of my culture. And it is an aphrodisiac, and you cannot deny the man what he wants to make it, work out better for him in the bedroom.
It's an aphrodisiac.
What about this one? Ram good liver, make me make manish water.
You
what
see?
About that?
He's not. I wonder if what you're going to say later, because I'm about to join him in the song, you know. And you're going to scold me and I scold him.
All right, yes.
Sammy, you probably,
You're not
Sammy is probably too young to know that song. Sammy, you were probably a little boy when that song came out. Ken Lazarus from Jamaica. Goat liver make me think that it's water. Yes.
One of the things we try to do is not use people material. I don't want anybody coming after us and say we sing the show and they want royalties because we have no money to pay anybody any royalties. So
you can't sing a line of a song or nothing like that, right?
Yeah, let's
the song points out ram goat liver, but it's actually the goat heads. It's a goat head soup, and they fling everything in it, but we make it look pretty.
Aphrodisiac, right? You do aphrodisiac.
It is an aphrodisiac. Yeah, they throw everything in that.
So let me explain something quick.
My sister,
go ahead.
Husband, Jamaica, was Jamaican. He had some friends over and they cooked this goat head soup and she was dying to try this thing. My girl said when she opened up the pot, the goat head sit down and toss her.
I'm good.
Half the teeth in the goat mouth rotten. And sit on the side of there, she just covered her pot back, and that was it. She never one drop it.
That will do it for many people.
I keep asking the question, and this is serious business. Why do we as Black people continue to eat as slaves? We eat a lot of things that our foreparents used to eat coming out of slavery because they had no choice. This is what they were given, the insides of the animal while master ate the meat.
Tripe.
They had to use whatever they had and make the best of it to feed the families in order for them to survive. But we are hundreds of years out of slavery and people are still eating slave food as if it's some sort of delicacy. What's that about?
I have to disagree with you. One of the things that's very common in Guyana is peanut stew. And that's every part of the cow, that whatever you have. And I've been to Ghana, I've been to Kenya, is waste not, want not. Okay? We ain't waste nothing. That's why when we came as slaves, we could survive on what master threw away because we didn't waste nothing. So I don't think we are going far from home. When I taste, I all my life I've been eating peanut stew in Guyana. And here I am in Ghana, I'm in Accra, and what I have, peanut stew. I look at my brother, I say, man, I could have stayed home for this. Every single thing that we ate in Accra, just changed the name. Even the dessert.
So,
you know?
So I would think that there's some sort of discovery, there's some sort of legacy, and there's some sort of something about it that this was the way they went, and of course Massa did what he did, and so now new things were created. Not only in food, well, let's look at the steel pan. I guess, are we supposed to stop playing the pan because it was born out of that experience? Or,
no, but Dr. Henry, please tell us about some of and Karin, you're a health professional also. Tell us about some of the health risks, some of the downside to eating some of these things that people still eat in the South. The intestinal tract that a lot of Guyanese take to make blood pudding.
Yeah, well, I think they make blood. I think they make blood pudding in Trinidad too. I don't know in Jamaica, but I know in Trinidad they make blood pudding, right?
Yes.
Which is one of the worst things you can put in your body because the blood of the human as well as the blood of the animals, of course, it transports a lot of things, including filth, right? And so when we eat the tripe, as we say in Trinidad, but there's another name here in the States, as my friend from Guyana said, the slave master would throw these things out, and the slaves, that's all they knew. But as you're saying, Curtis, we need to kind of get away from these things because these things are what's killing us, one of the things we don't realize is that the meat of an animal is high in sodium, because the meat sodium stays within the meat of the animal. So when you eat animal flesh, it increases your intake of sodium. And then top of that, when we season the meat, we add sodium on top of that. And studies have shown that of all the races, those of us from the African diaspora, we have a very difficult time metabolizing sodium than other races, right? And on top of that, we don't eat enough foods that are high in potassium. If we do, then potassium neutralizes the sodium. So in your body and in my body, we have a potassium sodium pump, right? It's called a potassium sodium pump. Potassium neutralizes sodium. And so they have discovered that in all countries of the African diaspora, hypertension is a problem. Huge, and that is because we eat meat. When you look at the Trinidadian, the Guyanese, the Jamaican diet, the Caribbean diet, meat is a major part of it, right? When you eat that meat already has sodium in its flesh, and then we put sodium, and then we put tomato ketchup in our fried chicken, right? So we put a lot of sodium in our body.
I'm looking up to my father right now. He's passed, but he was a physician.
Yeah.
I would agree with you in some ways. The real issue is the way we eat now, we don't work like we once did. If you go back down Guyana, in the bush, in the country, and you see somebody make oxtail or bake up, cook up rice and all of that, they're working 10, 12 hours a day. Physically.
That's a factor. That's a factor.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna have oxtail, I'm gonna have goat, I'm gonna have this, and then I sit back down at my computer.
Yeah, that's a factor. I was about to get to that, and that's a major factor. So you're right. What they have discovered, I want to share a little story with you, very quick one, is that a group of scientists from the United States, hypertension specialists, they realized that in the African diaspora, we had problems, we still do. Wherever you go in the African diaspora, the Caribbean, the United States, wherever you're from, Brazil, where most Africans live, actually, people from Africa, where hypertension is very high. And so in the continent of Africa, hypertension is a problem. But they found one tribe in Africa where hypertension pretty much was non-existent. And so these scientists left the United States and they went to live among the tribe to observe them. Why is it the tribes around, they still have hypertension problems, but this tribe does not have hypertension problems? And in 1 or 2 days, they got the answer. The major food for that tribe are bananas. They eat bananas every day, 24/7. Right? The other tribes would eat corn. Corn is the main meal, or rice, or whatever. But this particular tribe, banana. And the fact that banana is a rich source of potassium, not the richest source, but a rich source, that made the difference in that. So the fact of the matter is that the exercise is a very important factor, as my brother said, and I was coming to that. But the thing about it is that when you eat a lot of meat, and even those bush meat and all of these things, the meat in itself is high in sodium. All right? Okay. And then on top of that, we add sodium, and then we don't exercise to push the extra sodium out, because sodium is important. Sodium is an electrolyte. Without sodium, the parts of the body would not be able to communicate. Sugar is important. We need sugar.
Sodium.
The problem is too much sugar. We need salt in our body. The problem is too much salt.
Sodium is only one. Oh my goodness. Sodium is only one part of the problem. When you look at Jamaica over the last 2 decades, we're looking at chronic illnesses such as diabetes, because we as Jamaicans add condensed milk or concentrated milk products to every single thing, especially to breakfast items. And we bring it to this country and other countries where we emigrate.
Yes.
We have the diabetes, we have the hypertension, we have congestive heart failure. Those are all chronic illnesses that are quite controllable, but because we're so entrenched in our cultural practices, no matter where we go, we maintain the same practices. And yes, our activity is different, lessened. We're more, sedentary, but everything we do continues to be the same across the board. Jamaica is dealing with obesity issues unlike anything it has seen in decades.
Trinidad too. But you know, a myth that people believe sugar causes diabetes. Sugar doesn't cause diabetes. Within the last 5 years, scientists have discovered that the major cause of diabetes is fat, not sugar. But when you're diagnosed with diabetes, then you ought not to eat too much sugar, especially the processed or refined sugar. But sugar doesn't cause diabetes. Fat is a big culprit. It's really fat, because what happens, I'll explain to you what happens. Your pancreas makes insulin, right? And when you eat that food, the pancreas releases insulin, and that insulin connects with the glucose from the food, and then your cells open up to allow the glucose to get in. That cell will not open up unless your pancreas releases insulin. But this is what happens when you eat a lot of fatty foods, like we do in the Caribbean. We use a lot of oil, a lot of fat. What that does, it coats the lining of our cells. So our cells, the little doors on the cell plasma cannot open. Even if your pancreas is working well, it releases insulin, glucose is in the blood. The gates cannot open for your cells because the cell is covered with fat. Chicken and beef and all these things we eat, covered with fat. The doors cannot open. And when that happens, your blood glucose cannot get into the cell so you can have energy. And when that happens, you're diagnosed with diabetes because your blood sugar is high. It's not getting into the cells. So scientists are now saying that fat is the problem, not sugar. But when you're diagnosed with diabetes, you need to watch your sugar intake.
So wait, hold up. So if we eat plenty meat, we need to eat banana and balance it off. That what we said. We need plenty banana to balance off the meat.
No. Actually, I think we all know a plant-based diet is really the best diet for our health. A plant-based diet.
Not for me.
Not everyone is going to adopt that. Not everyone.
No, that's true. That's true. You're right.
At the very least, say everything in moderation seems to be a better, a more palatable approach.
I do not digest complex carbohydrate. Okay, where everybody got a big plate of rice, I got a little something, just a little something. You know, I love cassava, I love yam, I love plants. Guess what? I'm gonna have one. I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna have it. Now,
Mark,
I have never had hypertension. I have never been not close to diabetes, and most of my food is green vegetable and meat because that's what I can digest.
That's it, my brother.
Wait, Mark. You're a Guyanese and you don't eat much rice?
I've had to stay away from it.
You're a strange Guyanese, man.
Yeah, I know, but after 2 surgeries on my gut, I leave it alone.
All right, brother. All right. We have a comment on the screen. You want to address the comment?
Miles to Infinity, you all can read that, right? I don't need to.
Yes.
She said, personally, I believe that because we have moved away from the food that our ancestors ate is the reason why we are more susceptible to more illnesses.
She's right.
Less grains, less root vegetables. So that's quite correct.
Yeah.
So we need more
processed foods.
Yes. The typical Western diet is killing us. Processed foods, refined processed.
Hello, people.
If we were in the wild, if we lived in the bush, there's only certain plants that grow certain time of year. Okay, so you've got to, if you're going to have a plant-based diet, you have to plan it by when it grows. So blueberries are not available 12 months a year. Cassava is not available 12 months of the year. Is available in short periods of time. What we've learned to do is store things like rice. Rice wasn't available 12 months out of the year. So it is, if you eat things when they're available.
In temperance.
Yeah,
that's what it is, ultimately.
That's my sister is right. Moderation is key, but we have to encourage people to eat more plant natural plant foods, because the results are overwhelming. I mean, we know that, because people who eat more plant-based foods tend to do better health-wise than people who don't.
It is not easy.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing about it is that we really eat too much. Really, we eat too much. I mean, culturally, we think we need 3 meals a day. We really don't need 3 meals a day.
Okay, guys, hold on. I understand we need to be healthy, but let we balance the vibes. Let's balance the vibes, because we was so joyful talking about what we grew up eating, and now we going into a whole health thing. I don't mind the health. But finish your points and let me bring it back to some joy.
Yes, I want to talk about one item you put up there, Sam. It was on a fireside, boiling in the pot. Something boiling. Could you just show that one image, because there's a bit of confusion going on with this particular item.
Let me see if I have it on the thing here real quick.
Earl, I want you to identify this thing for me at a glance and tell me if you could tell me what it is.
Let me put on my glasses.
Oh, yeah. You know what? We go have a slight. Hold on. Let me find it real quick.
All right, Earl. We take the corn. We mix it up, whatever kind of concoction. We wrap it in fig leaf. That's banana leaves. For those of you who don't understand fig leaf, we wrap it in banana leaf, and we, with a string made from the banana thing.
No.
Take that off of the screen. Take that off of the screen.
Blue jaws.
How do we call this thing home?
Pay me.
That's another thing, like that first item. How you gonna name something I supposed to eat? Blue jaws.
What is the history behind that name? What's the history behind that name? I'm curious.
I talk to the lady above you there, man. I don't know. I out of that.
Karen, what's the history behind that name?
Looking for the history from me? It's a West African product, that I can tell you.
Yeah.
As to the history behind it, I don't know, but it's a very simple, product. It's a very simple pastry, and it's wrapped in the banana leaves, and it's dipped in boiling water.
Yeah.
Taken out, opened up, sliced up.
The name. It's the name. The name.
It came from Africa. But the name Blue Jaws is what we want to Blue Jaws.
Dukunu. Some
so
people say.
What do you call it in Guyana? Red Jaws?
No, we call it buller.
You call it?
Hey, Sammy, what you all call it in Mount Pleasant?
We call it pay me.
Pay me.
I had another name, but I say no, it's a good show.
What to call something I eaten with the drawers, and I supposed to consume that?
I thought I called it pancake.
That came from the same school of thought. There's no way you can invite me to your house and serve me this and say, "Here you go, sir, some blue jaws."
I'll just call it for you. That's all.
I will leave. I will excuse myself and come out of your house. I'm not eating that.
I don't think they're gonna come and say, "Here is your blue jaws."
Sound nicer.
In the Caribbean,
Dukunu. What do you call it in Guyana, though? I'm curious. Guyana, what do you call pay me?
Pay me.
Or pay me.
Okay, so 4-1.
No.
Get out of here with that blue jaws business.
You can't gang up on me. Sorry.
Mr. Henry, we have Trinidad, Tobago, and Guyana.
We have some Jamaicans in the chat. Jamaicans in the chat represent.
Listen, we have a product that Trini seem to share the same repulsion for. Thinking tool. Something that I knew from a child.
Stinking toe.
Why would anyone eat thinking toe? That will never enter this mouth.
Sam, did we eat that stuff back home?
Yeah.
No, not to my knowledge. There was a stinking toe tree next to the savannah where I went to school, to Napuna EC school, there was a stinking toad tree. You could smell it for 2 blocks in either direction.
I never ate it.
I never
but
see anyone eating that stuff.
I heard people eat it.
Through
And then
Facebook,
they
I get
have the
to find
little
out.
one to roast the seed and tell you, oh man, this nice. Yeah, you can have that. You can have that.
Miss Infinity said, Lord
of His mercy.
No. Look, okay.
Not because it was created, do we have to consume it? For heaven's sake.
Exactly. You all eat macaroni. You all make how you all put a Sunday staple in Trinidad is what we call macaroni pie. I no longer cook it. I no longer eat it because of the cheese and the butter and the egg and all of that in it. Yeah. I've stopped eating that a while now. Do you all prepare that in Guyana, Mark?
Oh yes, macaroni pie. Oh,
yeah.
You're kidding me? Oh my God. Oh
macaroni
my God.
pie is important to some people, man. Very important. That's an important thing.
That's a staple for Sunday dinner.
For any dinner, what you're gonna get in Guyana, you got chow mein, dal, some tea. That's what you're gonna get every day. Sunday you're gonna get macaroni pie. Everybody coming to your house. You understand? Everybody. Macaroni
now,
pie. Big deal.
Mark, is it a big piece of macaroni pie or a small piece of macaroni pie?
Man, well, a big piece of macaroni pie. What are you gonna take out? Whoever get there first.
Karin, what do you call it in Jamaica, Karin? Macaroni pie as well?
We have macaroni pie. We have, you know, the pasta is not such a huge part of the average person's diet.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't have that. We do a lot of roots food, a lot of fresh veg, lots of fruits, you know, and you know, but not the pastas. I know it's changed, so I can't really comment.
I know the yam, the Jamaican yam, that yellow yam.
Yeah, man. Yellow,
that's
white,
big in Jamaica, the white and the yellow yam, yeah.
One of the things that threw me for a loop, which I didn't know anything about this growing up, escovitch fish. We fry fish. When we fry fish in Trinidad, you dust the fish in flour. You season it, you dust it in flour before you put it in the oil. And when I came to America, I noticed Jamaicans frying fish without battering it in the flour. They put the plain fish like that in the oil and fry it. That was something new to me. And the whole escovitch processing, that was something that I had to acquire the taste of that. But I love it, but it took some time for me to get used to escovitch fish.
It's a lovely, lovely, lovely.
So with a lot of onions and pepper, right?
Yes.
A lot of onions and
onion, pepper, thymes. What?
It's serious. So I wanted to bring our attention because I grew up in Tobago.
Yeah.
We have something called Blue Food. We have something called a Blue Food Festival.
Oh,
and it's Dasheen. And yes, Dasheen. So I
make ice cream. They make ice cream and all.
And Blue Food shake and thing.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to big up my folks in Tobago for bringing something original. Now, Jamaica and Guyana and Trinidad, do they do anything special with Dasheen?
We boil it like how we boil the yam.
Okay.
When I got here, I got dasheen leaves, which is beautiful when it's cooked down almost like a collard green. It takes a while to cook, but when it finally cooks down with spices, oh God.
But let me talk about this thing called callaloo. Because a lot of them people up West Side Shion, them people there so
we don't have callaloo cousins. Stop it, man.
them people there so like
callaloo cousin. Stop it.
Yeah, we use the dasheen bush, especially the young one was still curl up. You pick that, you peel the stem off, take off that outside, you break it up, you pick up the leaf, you boil that down with some okra, which you're seasoning in some coconut milk. You make sure you have a pepper, a whole pepper inside of it, boiling inside of that. You boil that down, then we put it in the blender for a split second.
Hey,
and you mix that up. That is what we call callaloo, a staple in our Sunday dish. But I've been hearing nothing but condemnation from Jamaicans and one of them tell me the thing look like foul. Anyway.
Hand it up. Aye, sir. Hold on. Three Trinis on board. What is it historically? This is just for my edification. What is it that has taught your culture that everything needs to be mashed up and blended up? We don't have teeth. Use and exercise your teeth to chew food. Everything is blended or crushed or stop it, man. You have teeth for a reason. And if you don't use them, you lose them.
No, but you said, Karin, you said everything beside the way we make alu. What else?
Alu pie, the macaroni pie, the mash up pumpkin, the mash up potato. What else? What else do we have? Everything is like even the eggplant. Everything mash up. Everything have to blend up.
Nah, man. Everything we don't mash up everything. But what I could tell you,
gonna feel like someone need baby food.
What I could tell you is that our diverseness is very, very grand, and it's grand to the point that when you study how they did the slavery thing, they were mixing slaves up. They didn't put the same type of slave together. Well, not but in terms of tribes, right? So they mixed up the different tribes. So you had people, right? So you had people with certain customs that they will work on.
I should send you the link.
Oh yeah, send somebody the link. Yeah. So I mean,
now that Dave, that's my brother Dave. You want to know what's going on?
Oh, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave.
Well, he doesn't have the link. I had to send him the link.
Yeah. So or what he could do, he could jump on YouTube and just type in Caribbean feedback.
Okay.
And he could just jump on the live thing.
Okay.
And he could be
all right.
And he could make some comments and
So you continue to defend the baby formula texture.
No. I'm just saying certain customs came from certain things. And so here we are, but there was an experiment they did with some monkeys, right? Or it was the baboon and them. They will pick this fruit and they would normally eat so some scientists went and paint the fruit bitter. This particular tree, right? So this particular group of baboons, they came and realized that this fruit bitter, but it was close to the river. So the fruit fall off the tree, and then one of them end up in the water. And he tasted and realized, so fellas, wash the fruit, and then it gonna taste good. So this group of baboons now start washing the fruit to eat it, and then so they do that for the whole time they were there, and then another group of baboons came a few months later, and they bunks up this group. And they're watching the baboon and them, and they see that group of baboon washing the fruit before they eat it. The mother set was looking at them like, "This is a crazy bunch." They look at the next group real strange, like.
That sounds like a Republican convention, but
yeah, man. Don't worry, I know it's a dry joke, but don't worry. But my point is our diversity. Some people gonna mash up something, some gonna leave it, whole, some gonna cut it up halfway, some gonna grate it, some gonna blend it.
Mark, tell us, what are some of the foods from Guyana that may be considered iconic?
Oh God! Of course, pepper pot. Fish and bake. Mata G. Peanut stew, definitely.
When you use words that we're not familiar with, it sounds like a different language. Where's Mata G, boss? Break that down in English.
Mata G is a chicken stew. Boil up with hot pepper, coconut milk.
It boil up. You hear that sound? Boil up.
Boil up. Not Irish boil down, boiling up. Yeah.
Very nice.
In Trinidad, also, this is the boat, Karin. to both Karin and Mark. In Trinidad, we have one of the staples for us also is street food. And one of the most popular street food for us in Trinidad is doubles.
Yes,
You are familiar with doubles, right?
Same in Guyana.
What would be considered the street food or the main street food in Guyana and the main street food in Jamaica?
Guyana, it would be doubles and bora. Bora is lentil that is covered in a batter and fried. And doubles. It's very much the same as in Trinidad.
Okay, Karin?
The main street food. I'm trying to really think. Patties are very popular as far as street food, but I think I need some Jamaican massive to get on this chat line and help me out with this one. I don't know what
I think it's that the patty and cocoa bread. I believe that's what it is.
Yeah.
By halfway tree. That's where you got that.
I am from the parish of St. Thomas. I do not know Kingston. I don't tend to know Kingston. All right, I done.
So Miles to Infinity said shrimp. So shrimp would be that iconic food away from Jamaica, I guess.
Pepper shrimp.
Pepper shrimp. Okay.
Yeah, man. Pepper shrimp famous all over the place.
Okay, so gentlemen, it's approaching that time. So let me hear from each of you all. What is your favorite food from your country? And tell me what is your favorite from outside of your country, something else that you've tried. That's your favorite, Mark.
My favorite is from my country is pepper pot. My favorite from other countries got to be jerk chicken, man.
Oh, well, that Jamaican wife done taught you right. Big up.
Karin, talk to me.
From Jamaica, my favorite food would be it has to be a meal. It's not one item. Ackee and saltfish, boiled dumpling and banana. Outside of Jamaica, I've been in love with a Trinidadian roti for my whole life, it seems. Love
so
roti.
It seems as though the Trinidadian don't treat you right.
No.
All right. You see, just for you tell him, I'm telling you, now you're vexed.
Don't get big-headed.
Dr. Henry.
Yeah, my favorite food is really, I write a lot about roti, on Facebook, so people think roti is my favorite, but pilau. A good pilau, nothing could touch a good pilau. But of course, it has to be accompanied with some callaloo, Trinidad style callaloo, and I'm good to go, and some kuchila on the side, and I'm good to go.
Wow.
But internationally, I love pasta.
Yes.
I love Italian food. I love Italian food internationally. Pasta. I'm a pasta person.
Sam, talk to me.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick mention of Miles to Infinity, ackee and saltfish all day, every day. Karin, I guess that'll work for you. And roti and bakes. So we're talking about me now. What do I like from Tobago? I like the farine from Tobago. I've tried farines from different places. I have never tasted a farine like the farine from Tobago.
What is farine?
It's cassava. It's cassava that they dry it or they process it. And,
Sam. That's the name in Tobago. Sam.
Sam was like chili bibi, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have it in the pack, and we go rock the Sam. So that is like a thing for me. I like pepper pot. I've tried pepper pot a couple of times. That's very, very a serious thing. And I like the jerk versions and so on. But I remember going to Senegal, and one of the things I was amazed with Senegal with their foods is that they had a wide variety of rice. They're like different types of rice. I have never seen different types of rice in one place before. It's either parboil or is white rice or long grain, or it just amazed me, and the way that it was prepared, I thought it was a nice savoring taste. But that's my in terms of reference of food. I'm not really a foodie person. If I'm hungry, I eat something. And I grew up. My religious background is SDA, so my diet is very, very close to that. Although now and then I may eat a little piece of bacon shark, but it's very close to the SDA outline. So if I hungry, I eat something I good. I'm not into the whole, taste and see that. But this was real good. So Mr.
Well, the Calypsonians say when you're hungry, eat, and when you're sleepy, sleep.
That's right.
Well, for me personally, I have moved away from the national dishes, the pilau and the macaroni pie and all of that stuff. Never did eat
take
crab.
Down that flag. Take down that flag in the back then. Take down that flag in the back. I say move away from the dishes and you had the Trini flag in the back there, brethren. What can I think?
Flying high. Since I don't eat meat, there no consumption of pilau for me. I stopped with the greasy food, so I'm no longer eating macaroni pie and stuff like that. But in terms of foods from Trinidad, one of the things I do when I go home, I haven't been home in a minute, but when I go back to Trinidad, the very next morning, I wake up early and I go to the market and I visit that doubles vendor. And I say, set me up. Give me one with everything slight. You know how to say, Pepper? When you say slight, you know what you're talking about. Give me one with everything slight. And when I say everything, that means the shadam benny, the tamarind sauce, the mango sauce, the pickled cucumbers, the everything on top of that. And I think that he said to go, no, give me just so. I said, keep them coming. And I stand there and I might knock off 6-7 doubles, one after the other.
Oh.
Followed up by 2 coconut water, and I go back home.
All right, brother.
Doubles, and I love my bacon shark.
And
they say in Trinidad, the best place to get bacon shark is Maracas Beach. I don't know. If somebody knows better than that, please let us know.
Yeah, Maracas.
So that I could visit when I go home. But they say the best place for bacon shark, for everybody who listening, if you've never been to Trinidad, and you go to Trinidad and you want to sample bacon shark, visit Maracas Beach. They say that is the best place to find it. So for me, doubles, bacon shark from home. And as far as outside food, I sort of get hooked with this ackee and saltfish thing because I've been sort of tied to Jamaicans for some years and they just kind of forced it on me. So now I steadily with the ackee and saltfish. They forced it on me. The first time I see that thing, I thought it was fried egg. When I said, no, I don't want that. I want the meat. No, that. I don't eat egg. Look, so.
But you know, Curtis.
Yes, sir.
There's a guy who travels all around the world. I can't remember his name right now, but he's popular on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. He has his own TV show. He said the bacon shark is the best sandwich he has ever eaten in his life. He said, "Banan." If you go to YouTube, put in bacon shark, and he would come up. He has a show on TV. He's very popular. I can't remember his name right now. He says it's the best sandwich he has ever eaten in his life, Banan. And this guy has traveled all over the world, most countries of the world. He said he never tasted anything like that before. So I've never eaten bacon shark because, I don't eat shark. So but you can get the bacon kingfish too, and I heard it's just as good in Maracas Beach. So yeah.
So that's it for me. Foreign foods, ackee and saltfish. I will confess. So gentlemen, lady, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure and a privilege. After we come off here, I have no other choice but to do what? Eat. Because I'm hungry. Sit down here talking about all this different food. Somebody say, Lucy O'Brien said, Richard's Bacon Shark in Maracas. You see? And that's a Trini talking there. So she know exactly what it is I'm talking about. So to all the foreigners listening, you go to Trinidad, bacon shark. You go to Jamaica, what you looking for, Karin? Some patty and cocoa bread. You go to Guyana, look for the pepper pot. You go to Tobago, find the farine and the blue food.
Tobago is known for crab, though. Crab and dumpling.
Crab and dumpling.
Yes.
And well, Callaloo and crab. Crab and Callaloo. Sorry.
And goat race. We go talk about that the next time. I ain't never seen nobody race goat and race crab yet.
Yeah, goat race? All right, yeah. Crab race and goat race. Definitely.
You only ever see that? They put crabs around the crab.
That's the next show. That's the next show. You
But
have to
I
see
must
our
say,
crab race. You have to see our crab
I
race.
must say that our sister added a special touch to our program tonight.
That's right.
The
That's
fact that
right.
our
That's
sister
right.
was
That's
there.
right.
Thank you, sister.
Who you talking about?
Our sister.
The one
Our
over
sister
so.
from Yard. It's
The
only
She's a
one
one over
regular.
there.
She's a regular. Oh, she's a regular.
She's a regular, but she had, well, I am the one, well, yeah, but she had tonight for the night program.
You are a guest in our house and you're talking about she like you should just come.
No, I'm talking about the program tonight. This program, this one.
She there from the inception. She there from the inception. Only want to see something.
I can only
Only
speak
want to
from
see something.
my experience on this
Only-
show, this night.
Hold on, Earl, you want to see something?
What?
Let me show you magic. Let me show you magic. Watch. Watch magic.
This guy's a trip. Oh, okay.
You know, so I nearly lock him out, right? You know, so I was very tempted to mischievous that way. Lock the door, and no matter how important I look, I'm not going to open it.
But with all of that, Curtis, all of that I'm talking about this show tonight. This show.
You're going to lock it, you know? God, no. But some tell me, say, all right, behave yourself.
See, I went all the way to Tampa and come back.
This show tonight.
Gentlemen, thank you all. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, Mark.
Sam and Karin, please stay on board. We just need to do a wrap up after and discuss it for next week.